And Port Adelaide.
A lot has gone wrong for Port Adelaide this season.
Port Adelaide is revered as the
Port Adelaide's banking on
about footy is Port Adelaide.
It's Port Adelaide football.
What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're talking Port Adelaide. So welcome back. We have finished trade period. We've finished all the other off-season stuff that's coming along. We've still got the draft to come. We've still got the fixture announcements, and obviously there is still the restricted free agency coming along. The first thing I wanted to talk about in this edition of Talking Port Adelaide is the announcement today of China. The game is back next year at Zhangwan Stadium, which is also now been renamed as Adelaide Arena. It's taking place on May 19th, round 9 that will be. The Gold Coast Suns are back next year with us again, so hopefully another win. But so this will be a Saturday afternoon, which is different from last year's Sunday time slot, which was free to air around the nation and obviously broadcasted into China's three of the biggest networks. Essentially, now that is a Saturday afternoon, this will be broadcasted on Fox Footy, which means SA and Queensland will still get it on free to air, but everywhere else would obviously be on Foxtel. So if you have Foxtel or you don't have Foxtel and you want to watch Port Adelaide next year in China, get on it now. There's a cheeky plug for Foxtel. Do you think I'll get paid for that? Nope. Essentially, with that one, obviously we're extending this project for the future, another year. This, you'd probably think another 4 or 5 years on as well. It's looking like it's going to be a success. We are obviously extending the capacity as well by a couple more thousand. There was obviously 10,000 there last, 10 or 11,000 there last year. And now obviously we're looking to push it back even further, which hopefully will entice more of the Chinese market to attend. Obviously with a mixture of Port Adelaide fans as well joining. I've noticed as well that I'm saying obviously too much. I can hear it myself, so pointing it out in the comments, I already know. So essentially, yeah, that is China for next year. If you're going, let me know in the comments as well, because this is going to be an exciting game to look into the future. The next thing I wanted to bring up is the restricted free agency period that is coming up. We have obviously been linked to a couple of key players. One in particular is Lindsay Thomas. Now, I seen a lot of people posting about certain things about him and players and how he plays and his attitude towards footy itself. And I think he might... It's tough because as a player, I don't like him at all. And as a person, he doesn't look like someone I want involved in our football club. I think personally that he is not a true professional like some of our players are. I could be wrong and he could have a totally different attitude to what I think. And obviously no one really cares what I think, but that's just what I personally feel, that he wouldn't bring as much to our club as like a Jack Trengove or Daniel Menzel as such. I think they have a lot more upside than what Lindsay has, and as a 30-year-old, 1 or 2 years, I mean, we're looking at the premiership window. We're looking at, you know, bringing these players in to build up our experience. Got enough, and he would just only add depth, which is fine with me. Playing in the Maggies, which would be perfect for them, but I think we need to be a little bit smarter, and I think Lindsay Thomas is the way to go with that one. That's just my personal opinion. What do you guys think about Lindsay Thomas? Comment below. The other thing I wanted to mention quickly was Aiden Johnson has re-signed for 2 more years to the end of the 2019 season, which is fantastic for the club. He's such a young gun, got pace, got speed, which are the same thing. He's got aggression as well, which is always good in those young players. And I think one for the future for Port Adelaide for sure. Just on that as well, in terms of players signing up, we still have a fair few that have not signed up as yet. I'll just list them off here. Eddie, Hewitt, Palmer, Lena, White, Laddams and Snelling have all are all under no contract at all. So, I mean, with the listings coming up as well, you'd probably suspect 3 of those may not get a contract and be moved on. Expect Matty White to get a 1-year deal. He's looking to play on with Port, so I'm thinking that he'll stay on. May not be in the best 22, but he'll be another one of those depth players that maybe could add something to the Magpies. And if we get any injuries, obviously will come into the team. I expect Laddams to be re-signed. He'll be that help. Obviously, Lobie gone. Billy Frampton's now going to be the number 1 ruckman in the Magpie side, so Laddams needs to help him out, so he will be key to that. Lena as well got upgraded onto the senior list at the end of last year for coverage for Jonas. Expect him to get another signage as well. That will leave Eddie, Hewitt, Snelling and Jesse Palmer. I'm thinking Eddie will stay. Hewitt, Palmer and Snelling will unfortunately be moved on. Jesse Palmer's got a lot of promise and hopefully he gets picked up in the draft or he keeps on trying for another club because I reckon he's got great upside. So does Snelling. He's just a ball around the contest, tackling machine, so definitely one to look out, and Hewitt's just obviously on the rookie list. So he may be rookie listed again, one of those may also be rookie listed. That's just what I think what will happen, especially with the draft coming up. And obviously we looking into the listed free agency as well. And obviously the pre-season draft, which happens straight after, so more players to come Port Adelaide's way. Just wanted to do a special mention to Todd Marshall, who unfortunately lost his mother. I'm unsure of the circumstances, and I don't want to dive into that. It's a personal matter for Todd, so please just show love and support for him and his family. Make sure if you have social media and you Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, send him a message and just show your love and support for him, because that's all we can do at this tough time for him. And my condolences go to him and his family. So rest in peace to Todd Marshall's mother. It is obviously the off season, and I'm running the show obviously, and I've got some ideas in hand for the next 4 months that we'll have without footy. Obviously got the draft coming up, the fixture. It's a busy month in November as well for me, so it's going to be some exciting times. International rules is coming up as well. I'll be attending that, so which that will be good. I'll be vlogging that, so keep a lookout for that coming in the next few weeks when that occurs. I'd just like some ideas from you guys. I'd like to know what you want to see, because obviously you're the following. You're in the community that we have going here, 346 subscribers. So let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see over the next coming months. I've already had a couple of people tell me 2018 predictions, your best 22 and all that. That will be happening later on, or just in the early next year. I think it's too close to tell. I want to see what happens in the pre-season training and stuff like that, to really see what's it going to bring for the 2018 season, both from the AFL perspective and from obviously a Port Adelaide's perspective as well. Obviously in the pre-season, and we want to see what the new recruits do, the young players. So yeah, that's essentially all I wanted to say about that matter. But yeah, let me know what you think, what you'd like to see, and I'll consider it very much. So social media, at ThePear for Instagram, and also Twitter as well. You can follow me personally as well if you'd like, at Anthony Aliciano for Twitter and Instagram as well. I don't do much on either. Twitter probably more than Instagram. I'll just post when I head out, essentially. So give them a follow if you want to. I don't care about that. Porches Podcast is still running. I wanted to give a cheeky plug for them, which I'm a part of, so us, essentially. Instagram they're on, so if you're on Instagram, please give us a follow. We're new, so help us out a bit. Facebook as well. The podcast is still running. If you wanted to listen to anything from the archives from throughout the year, we've had a lot of fun on there. Facebook as well. Give us a like on there. They're all in the link. All in the description below, so if you wanted to click on them. Once again, guys, thank you very much for tuning in to this edition of Talking Port Adelaide. I hope we've covered everything. I hope I didn't forget much. As I've stated in the video, comment, like, subscribe. If you are new to the channel, let me know your thoughts about all things we've talked about Port Adelaide. If there's any other issues, comment below. I'm always checking, so we'll have a chat. Portage Podcast, 8 PM Wednesdays. I unfortunately won't be on, but the podcast is still running Wednesday at 8 PM. So check that out. Give us a listen. Like on Facebook, on Instagram as well. So, as I've stated before, follow that. Follow me on my social media as well if you want to keep up to date with my boring life. And that's essentially it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. My name's Anthony, and go the power.